Last week I put out a video showing me pulling these two mower decks out of mothballs and creating one workable, functioning mower deck out of two. It works. I ran it for about 3 hours. Everything's good. That's coming out like I knew it would. Like I said in the last video, that's going to get tucked in and tacked. But before I do that, and then some shields will be put on. I'm going to change these plates out, these top plates right here, and replace some of these bars. There's a bar over there I'm going to put on from the other one that's on here. This one's completely foobarred. I'm going to have to heat that, I think. Probably have to cut some of them bolts off. I do have the dangly chains like on the front of that. I don't have those off. I got some of the bolts off. I'm going to have to torch some of them bolts out of there because they just spin freely in the back. But the other sets of those chains I have off. And this. But really for today, what I really wanted to do, since this was laying stuff down quite a bit while I was cutting it, because these things haven't been sharpened since, I don't know, Ronald Reagan was president. There's easy access right here. Those are the blades. There's a T-bar in there. I'll show you. Under here. Okay. Yeah. All right. Can you see that? A T-bar. Now when this thing's at full RPMs, these things swing out straight, and they fold up. So when you hit, if you hit something, it doesn't damage anything. They'll swing out and then, or they'll swing in, close up, and then centrifugal force sends them back out again. It's actually a pretty decent system. But what I need to do is try to sharpen these a little bit. These ain't terrible bad as what I thought they would be. It actually has a little something to it. I mean, these things are hammered, but as far as goes around here, I mean, I grade things on a curve. So I'm gonna pull these off, see if I can put a little bit of an edge on them. There's what we're looking at. This bolt has to come out of here in this little clamp, and once that's up out of here, then this plate gets slid. It's like a keyhole plate. There's a slot in this pin. Matter of fact, I'll show you quick, since I did the other ones. Which this other one, if you see here, they had two different size blades on these things. I mean, that's quite a bit of difference. Anyhow, this is what this looks like. Okay. They come up through that thing goes there, and then this goes on and gets slid in the slot. A little bit of gunk. And then this will get in there and bolted too. Bolted down to hold it in place. Something like this. Anyway, okay. There we go. All I need is a little more ass. Once again, more horsepower comes to the rescue. Okay, you see that hoop there? Now, need a hammer. Look familiar? Now, since this has been used and these things swung back and forth, I'm hoping these blades drop out of here easier than they did on that one that I got used for parts. I had to heave ho to get those things to drop out of there. Pound and pound and pound and pound. But big since these have been swinging back and forth, I'm hoping. Yeah, okay. There we go. That was a lot easier than another one. Alright, got it all figured out now. This side spins counterclockwise, like this. And whoever bought these and put these on, I know it wasn't the old man, and it wasn't me. These blades apparently were for clockwise action. Or maybe, I don't know, but because this looks like, I mean, unless this came both sides sharp, which seems to be a little weird. I don't think I've ever seen that. Not to say it's not possible, but this looks like a factory edge on here. I mean, this might be, depending. But regardless, that means I have to, this is the back side of it, so this will be going this way. If this is on here, this will be swinging like this. So this side needs to be sharpened. So now that that's all, can you see where these two, she was out of time a little bit? There, this was banging against the other set of blades. They're pretty good. All right. Underneath there, tap that sideways. All right. That worked. That worked. These other plates were rust welded fast to the other one, but again, since I used this, I probably loosened this up some compared to the one that hadn't been used in whatever 10 years. Okay, so, no. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I forgot to put a cardboard underneath this so I could just slide it out. I guess I'm going to have to crawl underneath there and get him. Now, we'll do the next one before I do that. And this one spins clockwise. Alright, let's see what we got here. They're close enough. And let me see this thing. Yeah. Oh boy. I decided to do this out here with the grinder because logistically in there it's a pain in the ass with the bench. The way my bench grinder is, there's not a lot of space. I'd have to readjust, to reconfigure it, and swap the wheel out one side or the other. So oh man. See, now if I take that down to where this is an even plane and she only has an angle on one side, I'm going to be taking so much meat off of this blade, there ain't going to be nothing left of it. So what I'll do is I'm going to run with it as it is. That's somewhat sharp, and it's got a serrated edge. You know, you ever see a steak knife with a serrated edge? Yeah. Now, it's a hell of a lot sharper than it was. I like it. Alright, I got these reasonably shined up. That's 45 minutes I'll never get back. probably some lung capacity too. Them things are spewing rust all over the place. So, here's the moment we've been waiting for. How I'm going to do this, I'm really not even sure yet. I'm going to have to be under there. I don't know. Yeah, okay. This should be like pissing upwind in a hurricane. Okay. This blade has to go underneath there. Just a pin. And then skinny plate. And then the fat plate. And then the locking plate. Like this. Only these have got to be on top of that T-bar down there. What I think I'm going to do is just bite the bullet, crawl underneath there, and put a jack underneath the bottom of this pin to hold up on it. Because I just don't see me doing this any other way. I don't think I'm going to be able to hold up on that from here and get that. I just don't think I'm going to be able to do it. Voila. Okay. Right. There's that. And there's this. Get the... Seriously? Oh, yeah, wrong way around. Dumbass. Okay. There's our little clamp. Here's our bolt. Get the wow. Not even going to say anything. Am I convinced that's tight enough? Well, you know what? Rather be safe than sorry. I'll break out the big gun. Yeah, I ain't gonna get too stupid with this. So there's one. Here, I'll show you what I'm doing down here. About out of SIM or SD card, about out of battery. Okay. Alright, see the pin? having a bitch of a time. I couldn't even bang it up with a hammer, so what I'm going to do is use the force multiplier. Okay, there it is. Thin one, thick one, and the key. Then the clamp or bracket or whatever you want to call this thing. Probably shouldn't be greasing it because that's my fault for lubing that up. Butterfingers. Okay, there and here. Come on now. There we go. Okay, that's one side. Bring it down here. I think she's tight enough. Okay, blades are on. Okay, she still ain't perfect. It's a whole lot better than it was. Now this over here is where I was knocking stuff down with the tractor. That's the other part's the cut. It's got a few stragglers in there, but again, dealing with what I'm dealing with, you know, this will be good enough. I just go slow. I just want to get most of the heavy stuff out of here. But it's got a lot less stragglers standing up than it was leaving weeds before, where it's not leaving weeds now, only this black locust saplings. Well, I'm probably going to continue on with this. I'll probably wrap this video up. So thanks for watching. I'll have another one on this when I get this thing bolted all back together. I know everything's going to hold. I'm going to run it a little bit. I still got to tack weld that sleeve on there. I got to put the guards on it yet, and some of the skid plates and some of the chains around the bottom. I'm not going to get too carried away with it. I thought about painting it maybe, but I don't know if I'm going to. I mean, whatever. I'll just soak it with used oil. I mean, to go through everything, to clean all that, sand everything and paint it, yeah, is it worth it? I don't know. I mean, it could come apart at any minute. I don't think it will, but all right, enough talking. And again, thanks for watching.